Okay, there, folks. I want to talk to you real quick about this latest statement by Marianne Williamson. And of course, it is an atrocious one, in my opinion. It is about as bad as it gets for somebody who claims to be a progressive. I guess you could do a little worse, but this was bad on multiple levels, and you're going to see what I'm talking about. Okay? And this is in reference, of course, to Donald Trump's false cat dog conspiracy theory that he cooked up with couch boy J.D. Vance out in Springfield, Ohio. Okay? For real. On 9/12 at 7:01 a.m. Not full speed at that time, huh? It's early. It's okay. Marianne Williamson says, this is on Twitter, by the way. Continuing to dump on Trump because of the eating cats issue will create blowback in November. Is she paying any attention to how people responded to this? How people have ripped him for this across the political spectrum? People in Springfield, Republicans? I mean, come on. Yeah, it's going to create blowback for him. She says Haitian voodoo is in fact real. No, it's a superstition, which you need to enumerate. You need to say that. You need to name it. You need to call it out. And to dismiss the story out of hand rather than listen to the citizens of Springfield, Ohio, confirms in the minds of many voters the stereotype of Democrats as smugly jerks who think they're too smart to listen to anyone outside of their own silo. No, it confirms the stereotype that we're willing to give people a little more credit than to think that they believe in a fucking right wing conspiracy theory coming from a decomposing orange with a single digit IQ, a lifelong leech, and a career criminal. Okay, you had a fake charity that targeted kids with cancer, a fake university that schemed and scammed veterans and the elderly, and a guy who had been like the best friend of one of the world's worst sex traffickers for 2.5 decades. We give people enough credit that they're not going to believe the shit that he spews out of his mouth. You don't. You're trying to condescend to them. That's not acceptable. You come out and call it out. It is what it is. It's a right wing conspiracy theory. It is fake news. It's false. It's a fairy tale. It's folklore. It's make believe. They're pretending. Call it whatever you want. Weird, desperate losers trying to do whatever they can to save themselves from another embarrassing election defeat since we've kicked their fucking asses every year since 2017. Every year. 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. And you wanted a fight, and it's a motherfucking fight you got. And here she is out here defending him. Twitter fingers, Marianne Williamson. It's amazing to me. It's just amazing. You know, siding with the country club crowd, both of which went to the Ivy Leagues, and calling us, the working class, the smug elites. Yeah, someone's out of touch, and it's not me, Marianne. It's you. She says, I did not say that such things are happening in Springfield. I simply said that the practice itself is ancient and verifiable, as reported in such reputable sources as National Geographic magazine below. That is pathetic. That is pitiful. That's frantic response. That's feeble. That's frenetic. Okay? And by the way, she deleted both of those. And then she put out an apology. A bunch of people were still dunking on her in the comment section of the apology. She deleted that. Okay, you can still find traces of it because of her responses to everybody who commented, about 500 people. After she got ratioed, she had to delete it, you know. You know how she is, right? Marianne Williamson telling Democrats they're losing working class voters by sneering at their legitimate fears of Haitian voodoo magic was one of the funniest things I've heard in a long time. Only an out of touch coastal elite dismissed the threat of voodoo. I mean, seriously. How stupid do you think people are? So, because 1% of 1% of idiots in Trump's cult decided the story was real, you think that we have to give it airtime? Some people think the earth's flat. Should we give that airtime? Some people think the Earth is the center of the solar system, in fact, the universe. Should we give them airtime? Seriously. Some people think the Earth is 6,000 years old. More attention for them or less? Some people think evolution is make believe, that it's just pretend, that their feelings are what matters, okay, in a discussion on evolutionary biology. It's not. It's not what matters. Okay, your feelings aren't what matter, rather. Okay, should we give them more time? Some of you guys seem to think so out there, right? I know, not socialists, but look, even American progressives. And look, as international socialists, we can't just ignore what our fellow countrymen are doing and say, oh, it's just American progressives. No, that's where we recruit from primarily. Okay, them, and we try to bring people back from the pseudo left. Like people listening to Jackson Hinkle, right? Jackson, I used to call him Finkel, and Haas, and people like that. Look, I don't know what's going on there, but Hinkle loves Haas so much he's finna be his freaking bunkie. You guys can just ignore what they're saying. It's also make believe, right? Just because some people are progressive on some things doesn't mean they don't have a ton of backwards beliefs. You got to call it out. You got to root it out. We are a secular movement, there's no doubt about it, but we need to eliminate as many superstitions and superstitious beliefs as possible. Walking under a ladder, breaking a mirror, opening an umbrella inside, stupid shit like that. You get what I'm saying? Plus. Now, look, I'm going to leave it at that. We got some other stuff to talk about.